In Freeport have a new option when looking to grab a bite from a local restaurant thanks to the opening of a new taco joint. A ribbon cutting ceremony was held by the Greater Freeport Partnership for Olivo Taco along West Galena Avenue. The business started off as a food truck in the area before evolving to a brick and mortar location. Co-owner Mahmoud Zatar says people as far as Rockford have driven over for their food, and he said the community support was a driving factor to open a permanent location.
And one of the points, and last year we closed I think like 5 months because of the winter and all that. When we closed for that time, our social media was like off the roof. Everybody's sending us messages. My personal phone, I started getting messages from people we know, like, you gotta open in Freeport. People want to support you.